Hey everybody, it's me, Ben. It is Friday, July 21st, 2023. I am up here in Sonora with my wife. We are here visiting my mother in law. Since our last vlog, a lot of things have changed since we spoke last, or last time I gave any kind of update. Recently, over the 4th of July holiday, we got a call that my mother-in-law uh, had an episode at a store, and she was rushed to the hospital. So we find out that she needed a pacemaker. So we were really concerned about that. Everything was great. The doctors there, up here in Sonora, did a wonderful job with my mother-in-law. And getting her taken care of. They took care of her really well. But during that time, the day after this episode happened with my mother-in-law, my mom unfortunately fell, and she fell in the bathroom early in the morning. And I got a call from my dad that morning to help her get up, and the fear was that she might have hurt her hip, because usually when you get to that age, if you fall down, it could be that you hurt your hip. So she couldn't get up. We knew that something happened. Paramedics came, and then we got her over to the hospital. So the fear was that she had a broken hip and she was going to have surgery. And so, along with my mother-in-law being in the hospital, getting a pacemaker put into her, now we were concerned about my mom getting hip replacement surgery or hip surgery. So, she, after my mother-in-law had a successful procedure with her pacemaker, then we were now focusing on my mom to make sure that her hip surgery went well. So, come to find out, after everything was all said and done with the surgery and everything, it was not a broken hip, thank God. It was a fractured femur bone. So, even though that is also bad, any broken bone is bad, it wasn't as bad as a hip, because with hip rehabilitation, it is a quite an arduous journey to get back to recovery, and you're never going to be 100%. I mean, especially at that age. Being older, my mom would probably not drive anymore ever again. She'd be very limited in the things that she can do. So a broken leg, even though it is also quite a journey to get back to where she was or close to where she was, it's not as bad as a broken hip. So we're counting our blessings that it wasn't a broken hip, and now she is now in a rehabilitation center, getting her to get her leg strengthened up so she can go home and rehab the rest of the time there. So we're hoping that we have about maybe 7-8 more days there at the rehab center, and then we're going to bring her home, and we're getting the house prepared for that. So but yeah, that was going on during right after the 4th of July holiday up to now. So it's been kind of quite a journey and quite a period for us. A lot of moving parts with our families, but our family's been good, and all of my mom's friends have been fantastic, and visiting her at the hospital and the rehab center. And my mother-in-law has a lot of support up here with Juan and his family who live up here, and they're going to be helping her and Juan move to their new place. Well, that's the other story. So right before my mother-in-law had her episode, her and Juan were looking to move into somewhere smaller, because it's really hard up here in Sonora. It gets snowy up here, even though today's 103 degrees in the shade where I'm in right now. Summers and winters are very harsh out here. So to heat up a house is really hard work, especially a brick house like where they're living in right now. So They're moving into a little duplex, which is 2 bedroom, and it's really nice because it is right next to the county fairgrounds, which is for me awesome. It's kind of a thing that I think is really cool because, as you know, I grew up raising animals. My brother and I both showed our animals at our county fair in the Bay Area, and so for my mother-in-law to be moving next to a fairgrounds, so we can come up and visit and we can go to the fair, uh, it's kind of like a kid in a candy store for me, farm-wise. So uh, anyway, so that's the new landlords are phenomenal. They're really nice and they're really understanding. We met them a couple weeks ago when we came up to visit my mother-in-law in the hospital, and she was more than gracious to show us around, talk to us. We, as my wife would say, talk story with her, and we have a lot in common. Her kids, or I'm sorry, her grandkids, also showed animals at their county fair here in Sonora. So that was kind of like our connection with me and my wife, since we raise farm animals. So anyway, so we met her. We did a couple other things up here, but we got to see the place. Really nice place. It's literally right behind the fairgrounds in this really cool little neighborhood, kind of Sonora bohemian kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a nice little community up there, really close to shopping, very close to historic downtown Sonora, which makes me and my wife happy. It's really cool. We're not in the middle of a big busy road. We're kind of tucked and hidden in the back, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, we're up here right now. We're going to be taking some things that we can use for our renovation, and that's a whole other story, another video that I will be making here in the near future. But yeah, we're just going to kind of absorb the last few days here at this house, and then we're going to get some things, head back home, and start our weekend at home, getting ready for that said renovation that we're going to be doing. So anyway, so hope everybody has a great weekend. I will post another video very shortly hereafter, talking about the renovations, more updates about my mom, and other things that are going on the farm. So anyways, so that's all I got for now. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Like I said, stay safe and stay vigilant, and I will talk to you all very soon. Aloha.